Howdy, folks. Howdy, folks. TJ here. Today, I'm going to play a little bit of Atari versus Odyssey 2. This is not a comparison of which is better per se, because in the end, if you think about it, Atari was the winner. They were selling a lot more. There's thousands of games out there. Odyssey 2 is a little bit more niche product, even though in my opinion, and I've said this before, it's kind of like the Betamax. Superior in some ways, but didn't win. Ultimately, the Atari won. But both of them have a part in my heart here for enjoyment back when I was a kid. More so the Odyssey, because that's the one that I chose as a kid rather than this one. I kind of came into Atari later on when the computers came out and the newer video game systems came out. I was an Atari 2600 person back in the day. I went Odyssey 2. I thought it was a better setup. And we're going to just do a little bit of comparison. And I'm going to play a game. And the comparison is that I'm going to play a like game between the two of them. So in this case, Pac-Man on the Atari 2600 and KC Munchkin, which was Odyssey's answer to, hey, this is our Pac-Man type of game. So I thought it'd be fun to kind of do that type of comparison. So not comparison of this is better than that one. I'm going to choose a light game, and there's only so many games on the Odyssey. I've never actually wikied how many total games were made, but I think it's like 48 or something, 50 games on the Odyssey 2. And I know there's probably a homebrews and stuff like that, but actual games that were sold. Over in the corner there, I've got about 25 of them. And so I guess I need to start collecting a little bit more, but it's getting close to Christmas, so the kid in me is kind of coming out and wanting to play my old video game systems. So I've got my kitchen table here, or dining room table, all decked out. Got a little turkey back there. It's almost Thanksgiving time. We actually celebrate Thanksgiving here, so it doesn't directly go into Christmas. But I thought it'd be kind of fun to play Pac-Man and KC Munchkin. So you, the viewer, can kind of see, hey, what made TJ choose this one over that one? So I'm going to just take the camera off and kind of show you a quick little, both systems that I have here so you know the hardware. So let's see here. So my Atari is a super slick woody version. It's a 6 switch, and you'll notice that it's the nice thick original woody version that came out. Later on, this little part of the Atari kind of got thinner, and they changed the looks of it. This is the old tank version, first version that basically came out. So that's the Atari, and again, I'm going to play Pac-Man. And it's got all the levers for different type of, if you're going to connect it to color or black and white, difficulty levels, which I'm just going to put on A, and reset switch. So that's that. I'm going to use it on my little Magnavox TV. Over to the Odyssey 2, I've got the voice system connected to the top. I just leave it on there 24/7 now. And of course, there's the Odyssey 2, and it has 2 joysticks wired. On my Atari, I just have one joystick at this point connected. And so we're going to do KC Munchkin. Now, I have the box for KC Munchkin. I don't for Pac-Man. But cool thing about Odyssey is their game packaging, in my opinion, was much slicker, sleek. I mean, look at that. Beautiful graphics. There's a little close-up of the back. And inside, spot for the cartridge port. And this is a little user booklet right here that I could slip out. But I'm not going to bother with that. I'll just make the video kind of too long. So that's the system. So let me go reconnect this, and we're going to pan in a little bit here on the screen. And we're going to play a little bit of the Atari first. So let's go ahead and turn it on. So right away, the graphics on it, blinkery and flickery. But you know, this is 1976 when the 2600 came out. And when I play the game, you'll kind of see it playing, but pretty awesome for that time. And let's go ahead and hit game level. Ba 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 ba. Oh, my joystick. Joystick's not working. Did I unplug it somehow? Oh, there we go. Oh, my joystick's no longer going right. Oh, old equipment, you know, it goes right out in the video. Oh, now it's working. It's not going right anymore. So why don't I go get a different joystick? I'm going to hit reset here. Turn this bad boy off. I'm going to quickly stop the video, and we'll come back to it. So I'm just going to keep that blooper in there. You know, sometimes old equipment decides to finally die after a bazillion years. Okay, I'm back. Replacement joystick. Let's turn the bad boy on. Hit game select. Hopefully I can go right this time. So you can kind of hear the sound, just mostly donk, donk, donks. But those sounds sound good when you're hitting the ghosts there. Whoa. Whoa. Funny. So the Pac-Man here itself is kind of a not much animation to it. I mean, the mouth is opening up and stuff. When you're going down, the mouth still points to the left or right. Gameplay is pretty good, I'd say. Oh! Oh! Snagged. Hey! So it immediately goes down, no special sound effect or, hey, you made it, buddy. Oh! Neat thing about this game is it does have some little treats in the middle of the screen there. And that was it. So I got 597 points. So that was the Atari 2600 playing Pac-Man. You know, pretty fun for the time. I think nice overall game. Bit blinkety on graphics, but I kind of don't mind that. I'm a Sinclair. I like color clash and stuff like that. But when the Pac-Man's going up or down, the mouth doesn't change direction. Again, you know, little things, but I think they built quite a bit into this original Pac-Man game. So that's Pac-Man. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off, and we're going to switch to the Odyssey 2 and play a little bit of KC Munchkin. All right, KC Munchkin time. And I'm speaking a little bit quieter than my normal videos. My wife just had a knee operation, and she's upstairs sleeping, I think. So I didn't want to totally disturb her, so I'm trying to be a little bit quiet. So I've got KC Munchkin. So this is going to be a quick little play of that. comes up to select game. I'm just going to hit 1. So immediately the graphics are crisper. My little Pac-Man, or I should say KC Munchkin here, when he goes up and down, the mouth does point in the right direction. A little bit more animated on the sounds. Oh! I get the power pill and I didn't even get any. Oh! Now the thing about this, so the gameplay, in my opinion, is not quite as good as the Atari. In that, it's like a single life here. Maybe I need to read the directions. Maybe there's an option to have it to where it just doesn't immediately, you only have one life here, because I'm going back to have to play the full game. The little stuff that I've already eaten doesn't disappear. Well, let's see if I can actually get all these here. Oh! Oh. Oh, jeez. Come on, just one more. Oh, jeez. Oh. Oh. So this one's a little bit more difficult, I would say. Blunk, 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 blunk. So that was a full screen there that I finally cleared. The action of the game's definitely faster on this. And if you ever play Casey's Crazy Chase, it's even more nuts. Now, I don't... Maybe you can put your name in if you get a high score or something. I'd have to read the booklet. But I just wanted to show you graphically and sound effects wise the two games at play here. And for me, the Odyssey, definitely much crisper. I think the sound effects a little bit better. The Pac-Man, I keep wanting to call it Pac-Man, KC Munchkin, looks pretty, more graphically pretty and animated and all that fun stuff. So this is why KC Munchkin won it for me. I think just overall gameplay, prettier, but the Atari is still pretty cool. Anyway, so that's the two games. Let me shut this off. So next game, and I'm not going to do it in this video, but future video. So I should bring up this. Space Invaders, obviously popular on the 2600. The Odyssey equivalent was called Alien Invaders Plus. And let me see if I can... Again, beautiful graphics. You can kind of see? Look at that. Looks slick, doesn't it? So that's the video. I just wanted to, let me pan this back out and I'll wrap things up. Both awesome, both fun. Odyssey 2 for me, I think it was just a better attraction. KC Munchkin, I think is a cooler version of the Pac-Man type of game. Not knocking this. I mean, there's a bazillion games for the Atari 2600. Odyssey just didn't have the same type of quantity, but something about unique always drags me in, and I thought the Odyssey 2 and the KC Munchkin approach to this game was more fun. And I'll have to read the little booklet. Maybe there was some different versions of KC Munchkin that I could select. I just selected one. Maybe I needed to hit something else for extra lives or something. So let me read that. And anyway, thanks for watching the video, and hopefully you look forward to my next one where I'm going to kind of do a little bit of Space Invaders compared to Alien Invaders. Thanks for watching, everyone. See ya. Okay, I thought I was going to end the video there. I'm going to have to do a complete video on KC Munchkin, more in depth. This video was just kind of a quick comparison between the Pac-Man and the KC Munchkin. But I got my little booklet out because I wanted to figure out, was there a way to have more lives? Kind of, that was one of the things I liked about this, in that you could play the game and you had X amount of lives. So it made it a little bit more, I don't know, the play of it in that respect was kind of cool on this one. As I've read, and I'm starting to remember now, there's some cool features in KC Munchkin that really cool. So let me open up the booklet. And let's see, I don't want to speak too loudly here. So here's the little booklet that I was telling you about. Just going to flick through. And what's cool, as I flick through, talks about the points and everything. So there's some gameplay. So, instead of pressing 1 like I did before, I can press 0, 1, 2, or 3 to generate 4 different standard mazes. Cool. Press 4 to generate a different maze each time. Cool. Press 5, 6, 7, or 8 to generate mazes that disappear when your Munchkin is moving. That is cool. Then, beyond that, you can actually generate different type of mazes that you can play. That is a cool feature. So you can start with different mazes on the screen. Just really some cool little features that kind of add to it. And the little booklet kind of tells you how to do everything. But I wanted to quickly play one with a disappearing screen. I'm a terrible video player as it is, but the screen disappear or the maze disappearing, that's crazy. Select game. I'm going to do 5. Oh! No freaking screen! Oh. So you got to kind of memorize. Oh, see, the screen pops back up when you run into a wall. Oh. This is dense. This is so cool. I mean, heck, I'm in my 50s. I don't remember if I took out the trash or not 5 seconds ago. Oh, I'm gonna get that power pill thing. Oh. 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 Two more. Can I get over there somehow? Oh! 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 There's only one left. But you get the gist of it. That is so cool. Disappearing maze that you have to memorize as you go through. Very cool. So I will do a more in-depth video on KC Munchkin next. But for now, I just wanted to quickly show that as one of the reasons why I chose the Odyssey 2. Back then, it was really cool. Thanks, guys.